Hello students, a very good evening to all of you. I, Anupama, welcome you all at the SAAVAL classes. I hope you all are doing well and preparing well for your exam. तो आज हम start करने जा रहे हैं हमारा 15th session, most important questions related to your exam. So before we move on to the question series, don't forget to like the video, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon ताकि जो भी important notifications हैं वो आपको मिलती रहें. That will be good वरिंदर. बहुत अच्छी गल है. ਹੁਣ एग्जाम की डेट अनाउंस हो जानी चाहिए. आई एम वेरी फाइन संध्या, वेरी फाइन. चलिए तो स्टार्ट करते हैं हमारे आज के क्वेश्चंस. Which of the following is written by Jonathan Swift? Cadmus and Vanessa, Essay on Man, Joseph Andrews या The Hind and the Panther. Hello Rama. हाँ जी. Which of this work is written by Jonathan Swift? Yes, so the writer of Cadmus and Vanessa only is Jonathan Swift. Very, very right. Jonathan Swift ने Cadmus और Vanessa जो है ये poem. जी बिल्कुल सही. This poem is written by Jonathan Swift. Question number 2. In which of the following Mrs. Slipslop is a character? Cadmus and Vanessa, Essay on Man, Joseph Andrews या The Hind and the Panther. Very fine Parveen, I'm very fine बच्चे. Good evening Gurnaz. हाँ जी, in which of the following novels you find the character Mrs. Slipslop? Yes, it is Joseph Andrews. Absolutely right, it is Joseph Andrews. हाँ जी. Question number 3. Which of the following cannot be classified as a picarous novel? हाँ जी. इनमें से कौन सा जो है पिकारस नॉवल नहीं है? जोसेफ एंड्रयूज, कूली, टॉम जोन्स और द मेयर ऑफ कैस्टरब्रिज. हाँ जी. Which of these novel is not a picarous novel? Yes, the mayor of Casterbridge is not a picarous novel. Very good. Question number 4. In which of the following novels you find the character Little Father Time? Hard Times, Jude the Obscure, Verity Fair or Kanthapura? Yes, in which of the following novels you find the character Little Father Time? Yes, yes, Ekta, exactly. I have picked some questions from there only. Yes, it is Jude the Obscure. ठीक है, जो कि एराबेला छोड़ के जाती है जूड के पास एंड ही पहले अपने बाकी के बच्चों सिबलिंग्स को, ठीक है, जो कि सू और जूड के बच्चे होते हैं, उनको वो जहर देता है एंड देन हैंग्स हिमसेल्फ कि शायद हम जो हैं बर्डन हैं अपने पेरेंट्स पे जो हैं कि वो उनको एक जगह से दूसरी जगह मूव होना पड़ रहा है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. Who coined the term SM plastic? हाँ जी, SM plastic term जो है किसने coin करी थी? विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ, ST कोलरिज, सैमुअल जॉनसन या जॉन कीट्स? हाँ जी. Who coined this term SM plastic? Yes, it was coined by, very right, ST Coleridge. And SM plastic means shaping into one. Okay? कुछ चीजों को मिला के मोल्ड करके एक चीज बना देना. ठीक है, कुछ चीजों को मिला के मोल्ड करके एक चीज जो है बना देना. ठीक है. What best describes Walter Scott's novels? Social, picarous, historical या moral? Yes, very right. They are historical novels. Absolutely correct. Question number 7. Which of the following statements about the lyrical ballads is not true? It carried only one ballad proper, which was Coleridge's The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, It also carried pastoral and other poems. It carried a preface which Wordsworth added in 1800. It also printed from Gray's elegy written in a country churchyard. हाँ जी, लिरिकल बैलेंस के बारे में इनमें से कौन सी बात ऑड वन आउट है? Which of this statement is not true about the lyrical ballads? Very right, Mosmi. Yes, Walter Scott is the father of historical novel. Yes. So, Gray ki elegy is not a part of the lyrical ballads, and we know that. Question number 8. In The Rape of the Lock, Pope repeatedly compares Belinda to. हाँ जी, बेलिंडा को जो है पोप ने किसके साथ कंपेयर किया है? द सन, द मून, द नॉर्थ स्टार और द रोज? हाँ जी, इन द रेप ऑफ द लॉक पोप रिपीटेडली कंपेयर्स बेलिंडा टू. अरे वाह, वेरी वेरी गुड. Compares Belinda to the sun. Question number 9. The Puritans shut down all theatres in England in 1642, 1640, 1649 or 1666. I hope you all are again aware of this answer. We have discussed it earlier as well. Yes, 1642 May. And they opened in 1660 by Charles II. जी, चार्ल्स टू ने इनको ओपन करा था 1660 में. क्वेश्चन नंबर 10. Which of the following statements about Waiting for Godot is not true? It carries a subtitle, a tragicomedy in 2 acts. It carries a subtitle, a tragicomedy in 2 scenes. It carries a subtitle, a tragicomedy in 2 parts. It does not carry a subtitle. हाँ जी. Which of the following statements about Waiting for Godot is not true? Yes, it does not carry a subtitle. क्योंकि subtitle है, ये subtitle है. मेन सबटाइटल ये है, ठीक है. मेन जो सबटाइटल है वो ये है, a tragicomedy in 2 acts, but it is also called a tragicomedy in 2 scenes and 2 parts. सारा कुछ दो दो है, ठीक है. Question number 11. Which among the following is credited with making the first authoritative dictionary of the English language? फर्स्ट अथॉरिटेटिव इंग्लिश डिक्शनरी बनाने का क्रेडिट किसे जाता है? बिशप बर्कले, सैमुअल जॉनसन, एडमंड बर्क और होरेस वॉलपोल? Yes. Who is credited with launching the first dictionary in English language? Yes, it is Samuel Johnson. Very good. Question number 12. In Dryden's essay of dramatic poesy, who opens the discussion on behalf of the ancients? हाँ जी, ancients के favor में कौन बोलता है in essay of dramatic poesy? Decidius, Crites, Eugenius or Neander? Absolutely right. It is Crites. Crites speak on the behalf of ancients. Question number 13. The Enlightenment was characterized by. Enlightenment age का basically क्या main feature था? Accelerated industrial production and general well-being of the public, a belief in the universal authority of reason and emphasis on scientific experimentation, the Protestant work ethic and compliance with Christian values of life, an undue faith in predestination and neglect of free will. Yes, एनलाइटनमेंट जो एज थी उसका मेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या था? बिल्कुल सही, रीजन. ठीक है, रीजन पे और साइंटिफिक एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन पे फोकस. वेरी गुड. क्वेश्चन नंबर 14. इन विच Jane Austen novel do you find the characters Anne Elliot, Lady Russell, Louisa Musgrove and Captain Wentworth? Emma, Mansfield Park, Persuasion or Northanger Abbey? In which novel by Jane Austen you find these characters Anne Elliot, Lady Russell, Louisa Musgrove, Captain Wentworth? Very good. Very, very good. Yes, it is Persuasion. Very right. You all are absolutely right. Question number 15. Dash was the first sonnet sequence in English. Edmund Spenser's Amoretti, Philip Sidney's Astrophel and Stella, Samuel Daniel's Dahlia, या Michael Drayton's Ideas Mirror. Yes. Which was the first sonnet sequence in English? It was Amoretti. It was Amoretti. Wasn't it Amoretti? Yes, absolutely right. You are D. ठीक है. ये आई थी 91 में, 1891 में, है ना. एमोरेटी आई थी 95 में. राइट राइट. इट इज सिडनीज एस्ट्रोफल एंड स्टेला. यू ऑल आर राइट. क्वेश्चन नंबर, हाँ जी, मैंने पहले भी करवाया हुआ, याद आ गया. Which is the correct sequence of the novels of V.S. Naipaul? Correct sequence of the Naipaul. हाँ जी. Works of Naipaul, correct sequence. The Mystic Measure, Miguel Street, The Suffrage of Elvira, House for Mr. Biswas. Miguel Street, The Mystic Measure, A House for Mr. Biswas, The Suffrage of Elvira. The Suffrage of Elvira, Miguel Street, The Mystic Measure, or A House for Mr. Biswas. Yeah, The Mystic Measure, The Suffrage of Elvira, Miguel Street, or A House for Mr. Biswas. Absolutely right. First is The Mystic Measure, then The Suffrage of Elvira, Miguel Street, and A House for Mr. Biswas. Very good. Question number 17. Kubla Khan takes an epigraph from Samuel Purchas's Pilgrimage, Maclueot's Voyages, the book named The Governor, or Sir Thomas More's Utopia. कुबला खान का एपिग्राफ कहां से लिया गया है? Again, we all are very well aware of that. Yes, it is Samuel Purchas's Pilgrimage. Question number 18. Which among the following titles set a course for academic literary feminism? Hanji. Which of the following titles set a course for academic literary feminism? Nostromo, From Ritual to Romance, A Room of One's Own, or A Dance to the Music of Time? Yes, it is A Room of One's Own. Academic literary feminism क्यों कहा? Because they were lectures. ठीक है? लेक्चर कहाँ दिए जाते हैं? स्कूल्स में, कॉलेजेस में. Okay, so it was related to academics. It was related to like study. So that is why academic literary feminism इसको कह दिया गया है. Question number 19. Which of the following are companion poems? Hanji, which of the following are companion poems? Gypsy songs and sonnets, Allegro and Penseroso, The Good Morrow and the Sun Rising, Full Fathom 5, and Hark Hark Love. Yes, it's El Allegro and Penseroso. Very good. Question number 20. Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities begins with the sentence, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the brightest of times, it was the darkest of times. It was the richest of times, it was the poorest of times, or it was the happiest of times, it was the saddest of times. Yes, was the best of times, it was the worst of times, is the beginning line of A Tale of Two Cities. Question number 21. The preliminary version of James Joyce's Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man was called. Preliminary version. Preliminary version means starting version, beginning title. It was Stephen Hero, Bloom's Blunder, A Day in the Life of Stephen Dedalus, or The Dead. Absolutely right. Earlier जो title रखा गया था Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man का, that was Stephen Hero. Question number 22. Which of the following by V.S. Naipaul is subtitled The Caribbean Revisited? In a Free State, a bend in the river, the middle passage, or an area of darkness? हाँ जी. Which of the following book by V.S. Naipaul is subtitled The Caribbean Revisited? Yes, it is The Middle Passage. Very good. It is a middle passage. Very right. Question number 23. Identify the correctly matched group. अब यहाँ पे आपको correctly matched group जो है उनके answers देने हैं. Yes. Allegro and Penseroso, Lycidas, Como, Honest Blindness, Aeropagitica. ठीक है, ये इसके साथ है. ठीक है, Companion Poems in Octosyllabic Couplets, ये इसके साथ है. हाँ जी. Which is the right match? So, El Allegro and Penseroso, Companion Poems. Okay. Lycidas is a pastoral elegy. Como is a masque. Honest Blindness is a sonnet, and Aeropagitica is a prose tract. So the right sequence is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. बिल्कुल सही. B option is the right one. Question number 24. In practical criticism, I.A. Richards links 4 kinds of meanings in most human utterances to 4 aspects. These are sense, feeling, tone, intention; sound, feeling, nuance, intention; sense, voice, emotion or intention; या sense, image, tone या intention. बिल्कुल सही. आगे वाले पढ़ने की जरूरत ही नहीं है हमें. Sense, feeling, tone and intention. Question number 25. According to Matthew Arnold, touchstones help us test truth and seriousness that constitute the best poetry. What are the touchstones? The purple passages of lyric poetry, passages from ancient poets, the lines and expressions of the great masters, or the passages of epic strength and vigor. Yes, what do you understand by this word touchstone, which was given by Matthew Arnold? Yes, the lines and expressions of the great masters. बिल्कुल सही जवाब आप सबका. Question number 26. Who among the following writers asserted Commonwealth literature does not exist? हाँ जी. किस राइटर ने कहा कि कॉमनवेल्थ लिटरेचर जो है वो एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है? अमिताभ घोष, सलमान रश्दी, V.S. नाइपॉल या नीरद सी चौधरी? नया है ये क्वेश्चन आपके लिए, बट यस, इट वाज V.S. नाइपॉल. कॉमनवेल्थ लिटरेचर का मतलब होता है लिटरेचर रिटन बाय राइटर्स belonging to countries of like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, India. ठीक है, जो किसी टाइम पे कॉलोनाइज्ड रही थी. ठीक है, जो किसी टाइम पे कॉलोनाइज्ड कंट्रीज रही थी. राइट, वेरी राइट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 27. Now stop your noses, readers, all and some, for here's a ton of midnight work to come. OG from a Trojan tavern rolling home, round as a globe and liquor devery chink goodly and great he rails behind his link. In the above extract from Absalom and Achitophel, OG is Elkanah Settle, Lord Harvey, Thomas Shadwell, or Joseph Edison. So what he is trying to say, round as a globe, कि वो मोटा था बहुत ज्यादा. Yes, मौसमी, कॉमनवेल्थ, क्रॉमवेल वाला. नहीं जानवी, it was V.S. नाइपॉल बच्चे, it was V.S. नाइपॉल. Yes, it was Thomas Shadwell, and DOEG was Elkanah Settle. Question number 28. D.H. Lawrence uses the expression a bright book of life to describe the novel. You checked? Are you sure, Janvi? अभी चेक किया आपने? अभी चेक किया आपने जानवी? then we correct it. Okay, so please आप सभी लोग correct कर लीजिए. Thank you जानवी. Yes, it is Salman Rushdie. Thank you so much. Okay, तो किस चीज को जो है लॉरेंस ने ये एक्सप्रेशन दिया? अ ब्राइट. थैंक यू. यस, मैं भी एक बार चेक कर लूंगी. ठीक है. अ ब्राइट बुक ऑफ लाइफ, द नॉवल, द ड्रामेटिक मोनोलॉग, द बाइबल और द शॉर्ट लिरिक? C.H. Lawrence uses the expression a bright book of life to describe. a bright book of life क्या describe करता है? It is, yes, it is the novel. Very right. इन्होंने novel आंसर दिया है गुरप्रीत, मंजितर, मनप्रीत. Your answer is absolutely correct, बच्चे. Yes, it is a novel. Very right. It is a novel. राइट, वेरी राइट. जिन्होंने भी नॉवल आंसर दिया है उनका आंसर बिल्कुल सही है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 29. व्हाट ऑल्टरनेटिव टाइटल? बच्चे इंटरनेट में प्रॉब्लम चल रही है, इंटरनेट की प्रॉब्लम चल रही है. व्हाट ऑल्टरनेटिव टाइटल टू हर फ्रैंकेनस्टीन डिड मैरी शेले गिव? A Gothic tale, a Gothic romance, the modern Prometheus or a modern parable? क्या ऑल्टरनेटिव टाइटल दिया फ्रैंकेनस्टीन को मैरी शेले ने? यस, इट वाज द मॉडर्न प्रोमीथियस. एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. वाज द मॉडर्न प्रोमीथियस. वेरी राइट. चलिए, क्वेश्चन नंबर 30. हु अमंग द फॉलोइंग इंग्लिश प्लेराइट्स स्क्रिप्टेड द फिल्म शेक्सपियर इन लव? हेरल्ड पिंटर, एलन बेनेट, कैरल चर्चिल या टॉम स्टोपार्ड? हाँ जी. Who scripted the film Shakespeare in Love? I think मनप्रीत, मुझे exactly याद नहीं आ रहा. Modern Prometheus. हाँ जी, Shakespeare in Love. Who scripted this film? Yes, it was Tom Stoppard. It was Tom Stoppard, बच्चे. It was Tom Stoppard. Right? Question number 31. Which of the following employs a narrative structure in which the main action is relayed at second hand to an enclosing frame story? Sons and Lovers, Ulysses, The Power and the Glory, or Heart of Darkness? Which of the following employs a narrative structure in which the main action is relayed at second hand through an enclosing frame story? I hope you understand the question. Second hand story मतलब नरेटर फ्रेम नरेटर है और उसने किसी और से वो स्टोरी सुनी थी. So yes, it is Heart of Darkness. Very good, all of you. Question number 32. The Tragedy of Ferrex and Porrex is the other title of Gorbeau Duck, Ralph Roister Doister, Demon and Pythias, या Lamentable Tragedy? So now again you all know the answer. The Tragedy of Ferrex and Porrex is the other title of, yes, it is Gorbeau Duck. Very good. Question number 33. He found it brick, मतलब English को. He found it brick and left it marble. Remarked one writer on another. Who were they? Milton on Shakespeare, Dryden on Milton, Johnson on Dryden या Johnson on Shakespeare? हाँ, उसमें भी वुदरिंग हाइट्स में भी सेम आ जाएगी. हाँ जी. He found it brick and left it marble. Yes. Johnson on Dryden. ठीक है, कि उसको इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज जो है एक ब्रिक की तरह मिली and he turned it into a marble. Question number 34. William Blake's famous poems such as London, The sick rose and the tiger appear in Songs of Innocence, Songs of Experience, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, and Vision of the Daughters of Albion. Again, you can very easily guess with the help of this poem. Yes, they are part of Songs of Experience. Very good. Question number 35. The term comedy of menace is associated with the early plays of Arnold Wesker, John Arden, Harold Pinter, or David Hare. Again, the question which we have done many a times. Yes, so it is associated with Harold Pinter. Very, very good. Question number 36. If dash comes, can dash be far behind? So this line is taken from Shelley's Ode to the West Wind. Winter, spring, autumn, summer, rain, wind, rain, spring, winter. Yes, it is. If winter comes, can spring be far behind? हाँ बिल्कुल अगम बिल्कुल सही बात आपकी फ्रैंकेनस्टीन की सेम चीज फॉलो करी है. Yes. Question number 37. Salman Rushdie's Imaginary Homelands is a discussion of imperialist assumptions, an essay that propounds an anti-essentialist view of place, an existentialist lament on triumphant colonialism, an orientalist description of his favorite homelands. वेरी गुड. आप लोगों ने बहुत सोच समझ के जवाब दिया है. तो इट इज एन एसे. पहली बात तो यहां से हमारा आंसर करेक्ट होना चाहिए. दैट propounds an एंटी एसेंशियलिस्ट व्यू ऑफ प्लेस. कि मतलब what is home? That is just made of bricks and mortar. ठीक है. तो होम इज एन इमेजिनरी प्लेस. आप जहां कहीं पे भी रह जाओ वहां पे घर बन जाएगा. ठीक है. जहां जिस जगह पे भी चले जाओ उस जगह से आपको प्यार हो जाएगा. तो he says that it is not essential, right? Home is not essential. ये बात इसमें ये आगे रखना चाहता है. Question number 38. Identify the correctly matched pair. Amitabh Ghosh, All About H. Hatter. Anita Desai, Inheritance of Laws. Shashi Deshpande, A Bend in the Ganges. और सलमान रश्दी, द एन्चेंट्रेस ऑफ फ्लोरेंस. इनमें से कौन सा पेयर करेक्टली मैच्ड है? यस, सलमान रश्दी, द एन्चेंट्रेस ऑफ फ्लोरेंस. वेरी गुड. Question number 39. One of the following poems in Men and Women is addressed to Elizabeth Barrett Browning by the poet. Identify it. In 3 days, by the fireside, one way of love, or one word more. Hanji. This is a poem in Men and Women and addressed to Elizabeth Barrett Browning by Robert Browning. So that poem is, yes, it is one word more. Very good. And the last question for today. Leopold Bloom in Ulysses is a great war veteran, a Dublin war owner, a Jewish advertising agent, or an Irish nationalist. हाँ जी, लियोपोल्ड ब्लूम जो है यूलिसेस में, क्या उसकी वोकेशन, क्या उसकी जॉब होती है? वेरी गुड. एब्सोल्युटली एब्सोल्युटली राइट. न्यूज़पेपर में काम करता होता है वो. ठीक है जी. सो ही वाज अ ज्यूइश एडवर्टाइजिंग एजेंट, राइट? ही वर्कड फॉर अ न्यूज़पेपर. All right, so that was the last question for today. I'll see you all tomorrow with some more questions, some new questions for your preparation. Thank you so much, everyone. Keep learning this way. Have a very good day and keep learning. Thank you so much.